If you don't want to be a part of his football team, break a core value.
UT's head football coach Charlie Strong follows through on that message, reportedly dropping 5 more players from the team.
Tonight, we take a look at what that means for the Longhorns going forward.
7 players in the past 2 days have been dismissed from the Texas Longhorn football team. That's according to several reports.
We told you yesterday about the 2 players dismissed after being charged with sexual assault.
But since then, several reports indicate many more players are now gone for violations of other team rules. KXAN's Chris Sadeghi has our top story from the UT campus.
According to some online reports, most of the players were dismissed for violating team rules, and that would seem to go along with Coach Charlie Strong's demand that players act a certain way off the field if they want to play on it. Texas sports websites OrangeBloods.com and Horns Digest are reporting 5 more Longhorns are now out, most for breaking team rules. The rules Charlie Strong has hammered home since arriving in Austin.
There's in the meeting room core values. If you walk in the locker room, core values, they're plastered all over the building.
Those core values include honesty, treating women right, no guns, drugs, or stealing. One of the players reportedly out for not following those values is running back Joe Bergeron, who Strong praised just 3 days earlier at Big 12 Media Day.
And then you get Joe Bergeron. He will be back in the mix. Has done everything we asked him to do, not only with academically, but just showing up and just doing those little things.
The sites report Kendall Thompson is leaving due to medical reasons, but that Josh Turner, Jalen Overstreet, and Shavosky Collins are the players who reportedly violated rules. Just days earlier, Strong made it clear players will do things his way.
I've been your age. You have not been my age. So you ought to listen to me because I can help you, and I'm not trying to give you bad advice.
And despite the reports, these players are still listed on the online roster for the team. So far, there's been no confirmation from the team, Coach Strong, or the UT Athletic Department. From the UT campus, Chris Sadeghi, KXAN News.
And because this is Coach Charlie Strong's first season with the Longhorns, we wanted to get some perspective by looking back on his tenure at the University of Louisville. We reached out to Louisville's Sports Information Office, who told us they would not release to us the number of players Strong dismissed while being a coach there. However, according to an ESPN report from back in 2012, Strong did dismiss several players, including one for DUI. The report indicates Strong suspended several players there as well. And Strong's crackdown will leave the Horns short-handed headed into the season.
KXAN's Brent Carney has more on what today's news means for the Longhorns.
Suddenly, depth becomes a question mark at running back, a position where Texas has been deep for several seasons now. Bergeron had 25 career touchdowns. Jalen Overstreet had 20 carries a year ago. Both were likely to enter the season as backups, but consider Texas now has just 3 running backs on the roster, one of whom is a true freshman. There is, of course, Jonathan Gray, who's coming off a serious Achilles injury, and Malcolm Brown, who has a history of injuries. Defensively, the dismissals leave UT a little thin now at safety. Josh Turner started 3 games a season ago. Shavosky Collins was expected to add depth. They're both gone. In the spring, Strong dismissed Leroy Scott, another player who is likely to challenge a start on that back end. Texas players not only know going into the season now that Strong means business, some guys who may have thought they were going to sit this year now know they have a chance to earn some snaps. Guys, back to you.